It's all or nothing, it's all or nothing,
Hi, I'm Jamie Otis, and tonight on Married at First Sight Unfiltered, I sit down with the couples and ask the tough questions. We'll get into the ups and downs, for better or worse, and find out what it was really like to marry a complete stranger.
it's all or nothing, it's all or nothing.
Let's talk about sex.
Oh my God.
You guys got really hot and heavy with the body painting.
Who has a higher libido, you or Tom?
I think we compete for that position.
Really?
Yeah.
Definitely I have a higher libido, but you know, I understand she's a woman, so that's nothing new. It's not like, oh my God, she doesn't have the same libido as I do.
Every time whoever initiates it, it happens. Like it's not something, I've never had the case where he tries to initiate and I'm just like, oh, I'm not in the mood for it. And he's never done that to me either, so.
Who has a higher libido, you or Nick? Can you imagine me asking this question to Nick?
You'll probably say, we have moments.
I think our libidos are equal. And some days, some weeks, some mine may be higher or lower, but whatever the case may be. But like, I think she's to the point to where she wants to get more on an intimate level, non-sexual, before we move forward.
If you could have sex, how often a week? How many times would you want to have sex? Or like daily even? I mean, you tell me how much. How
I'm a
high?
guy, so it's like maybe 2-3 times a day. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think
kidding, she
just
doesn't have the same libido.
Like a healthy, even like an every other day.
Rachel has just given you some tips. What's the naughtiest thing that Nick has done for you?
I don't know. My dad's watching.
I would have to say we christened the sunroom of the house. Yeah.
And is there like neighbors and people walking by and driving by and whatnot?
Well, we have neighbors, but they had their fences and stuff, so I really doubt. Only maybe raccoons would have seen us, but.
What's the naughtiest thing Tom has done to you so far?
I'm not sure. Like, I would say it's too little time for us to be so
You're
open
hoping
about
that
it,
more
yeah.
naughty comes out?
For sure.
I
For
hear
sure.
What's the naughtiest thing you'd like to do with Lily?
Probably just like sex in different places.
What's the naughtiest thing that you would like to do?
Maybe like steal a golf cart from like a golf thing and then just go right around at night.
I was literally gonna
That'd
say,
be
I
kinda
bet
cool.
Nick would like that.
Yeah.
You should probably do that with Nick. He might emote a little bit more.
Yeah. That would be kind of cool.
What is the riskiest place you'd like to have sex?
18th hole at a golf course that you probably never heard of, but it's called TPC Sawgrass. It's like a renowned golf course. It's like an island green golf course.
Probably on a balcony.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Guess what Tom said, his riskiest spot that he wants to do it
Oh
at.
my gosh, what did he say?
He wants to do it on a balcony.
On a balcony. Oh my God.
He
Of
said
like a
high
high
up.
rise.
Yeah, he said high up, so we'll give him that.
I could probably make that happen.
How do you think Lily would answer this question?
I think she's very shy about her sexuality, so she probably won't even have an answer.
What's the naughtiest thing that you'd like to do?
Oh my God, I am so not answering that question. So bad.
So she's a little bit more shy.
She's a little more reserved when it comes to her sexual preferences and sexual life.
And like talking about it with a stranger.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're just sitting here talking about your sex life and what you want.
Well, we've been filmed laying in bed together, and so it's like, you're kind of looking at this person, it's like, is this like what it's like to film a porno? Like, it's weird. And she was laughing, she was like, I'm pretty sure it's a lot more involved, but I'm like, you got like 6 people in a room, you know, you're like staring at you, it's like, talk about performance anxiety.
It's just like really different right now because we're not having sex.
Do you feel like you're able to work on that emotional connection? Like maybe he's trying to work on that emotional connection?
He says he's very surface level. Like he doesn't, he's like, I'm not that deep. I know there's so much more there. I know there's so much more there, but just like allow yourself to just open up a little. And it's not about, I'm not saying you're in love with me and I'm in love with you and this is gonna be forever and we're gonna be, yes, that's what I hope. That's not what I'm saying. You know, Pastor Kyle and Rachel and Dr. Pepper are always saying, well, like, I don't know, like, just say something nice to her or say, like, just little things. And that little thing would take him, like, from here to over there.
I think that Derek really came into this wanting to make it work with no matter who they put in front of him.
I'm thinking that maybe it would have been better if I would have been matched with someone else.
Oh. Oh.
Ah!
What is Lily's guilty pleasure?
I would say probably Lily's guilty pleasure is a bottle of red wine and some chocolate ice cream.
That's my girl. What's Nick's guilty pleasure?
Nick eats a lot of sweets. So his guilty pleasure is eating a lot of sweets. Like a lot of sweets.
Where does he manage?
I know.
I'm jealous.
I know. I know.
What do you think she said about you? You're gonna nail it.
Sweets.
Yes. What's the sexiest thing a couple can do together?
Walk around the house like naked and then just having a sort of like that attraction between each other kind of grow. Because it's like, first it's like, yeah, you're naked, and then you're walking around and you're like, ooh. And then the other person's like, ooh. And then eventually somewhere in the house, things happen. So I feel like kind of builds up a lot of the,
It's like
the energy.
extended foreplay without touching.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. It's like a tease.
Yeah. What is your romantic fantasy?
I think it would be for Tom to like surprise me with a random trip somewhere and then actually have everything planned out. Like plan like a romantic dinner, a lot of candles, and just spending that time together with some nice romantic music. And
What do you think the sexiest thing a couple can do together?
I think cooking is honestly sexy.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
So like, and now that we're in our own place, that's I think it's something sexy that a couple can do together.
What is a romantic fantasy of yours?
Yeah, I wish that maybe Nick would give me a few compliments and give me a hug. And
He doesn't hug you a lot?
No,
Does he hold your hand?
no. Yeah.
That romantic fantasy is really not hard to live out.
No, it's not.
No. No.
Ah!
No, I get it. Like it's your husband, and when you get married, you're like, I expect, you don't have high expectations, but maybe a hug and a handhold.
Yeah. And my thing is that if you, so my huge thing is if you don't want to, or then just tell me and be honest with yourself and with me, and let's cut our losses.
How are you feeling about Heather in the moment of the decision?
I thought it was a bad decision. And I just kind of felt like she didn't really give me or us a chance.
before telling Derek that I didn't want to be married to him anymore, I wanted to make sure that I said it in a kind way. Derek is a good guy. I know that about him. He's just not the right guy for me. I think that Derek really came into this wanting to make it work with no matter who they put in front of him, and I came into this because I wanted to find the right person.
It made me feel just disappointed and kind of maybe thinking that maybe it would have been better if I would have been matched with someone else. But, I guess she's entitled to feel the way that she felt at the time, so.
I'm sorry that it didn't work out. I really did come into this wanting it too. But I'm the only person who has to live with me and my decisions, and Derek has to live with himself and his decisions. So at the end of the day, when you don't have relationship built up, that love, that loyalty, that foundation built, that's not gonna work. And I knew that. And I feel bad that he thinks I gave up, but I just stood up for who I am and what I think is right. And I don't feel bad about that.
What surprised you about decision day?
The only thing that was kind of surprising to me at the time was when after she told me that she wanted a divorce and we kind of went into the lobby, she gave me somewhat of a kind of like a farewell type of deal, and her eyes almost seemed, I don't want to say teary-eyed, but they were a little
Glossy?
They were a little glossy. There was something going on with her eyes. Maybe it was dusty in there or something like that. So which was bizarre to me because A, you don't know me very well, period, to have anyway, and B, if you're sad or anything, then why are you making this decision? This is kind of a hasty decision, I thought.
Thanks for watching Unfiltered, the only show that takes you inside the journey of marrying a complete stranger on national television. We hope you enjoyed the show. Don't miss another brand new episode of Married at First Sight next week, right here in FYI.
don't feel like you're a stranger.
I know, right? I never pictured getting married to a stranger.
You may kiss your bride.